What's up, fam? It's your boy here, your young king here. I am Legacy, and I'm so excited to be on your screens, in front of you, in your ears, in your eyesight. Um, to have your attention is truly a blessing. Um, I'm from Richmond, California, from the Bay Area, and I've always had a passion and an innate ability to motivate those around me, to inspire those around me, to encourage those around me. And so I just decided to come on the screen and spread it out to the world and share the wisdom and the knowledge and all the experiences that I had in the hopes to helping somebody, right? And I'm going to talk about that to motivate you, to inspire you, to encourage you, to empower you, to knowledge you. If this is what you're looking for, if this is what you're seeking out, you're in the right place. You found the right person. And I hope that I can be as helpful to you as you are to me, viewing and listening to this message that I present to you all. Uh, my messages will be about motivation, about encouragement, and I'm going to tie them into something that I also have a passion for, which is anime. So I'm going to be referring to a lot of animes, and you might hear some animes that you never heard before. You might hear some spoilers that you've never seen, but just love me. Don't hate me. Enjoy the content. Enjoy what I have to share, and please, give me your feedback. All right. So to start off this video, it's going to be part one of a 7-part series on love as an act of understanding, right? And before I get into love being an act of understanding, I want to give you all a question, right? Let me write it on the board for you. All right. What is love? Many philosophers would ponder this question in ancient times, spend hours upon hours trying to understand this 4-letter word, love. What is it? So, fortunately for us, these philosophers spent so much time pondering this 4-letter word that we now have close to 7 different types of loves that we can refer to, right? We have eros, which is that sexual, that passionate love, that romantic love, that love that you search for when you're trying to find that person. We have philia, which is like a deep friendship, right? With your best friend, your homie, your day one. We have ludus, which is like a playful love, right? So that is what can lead into eros, right? That crush stage, that child boyfriend girlfriend thing, where we're too young to have boyfriend and girlfriend, but I really like this person and I want to play with them all the time. I want to be around them all the time. Then we have uh, pragma, right, which is that long-standing love, right? That's when we see marriages lasting for 30, 40 years, 50, 60 years. We've been married since we was 12 and now we're 82, right? They fought through, they stuck it out. They stayed with each other. Then you have the philatia, right? I might be saying some of these wrong, but hey, you get what I'm saying. Philatia, which is the love of the self, right? That love that we seek out that many of us don't have or understand or even taught that we can have. That I see many people in my generation discovering and mastering and passing on. Loving yourself, who you are, where you are, what you are, and how you will be forever and ever. You have the storge, which is a family love, mother, daughter, father, son, brother, sister, right? You love your family and you do anything for your family. You have mania, right? That crazy love, right? Beyonce, crazy in love, do anything and everything, obsessed, kill for that love. But it's not bad. Mania is good love too, right? We obsess over improving ourselves. We obsess over getting to the bag. We obsess over conquering a new challenge, right? That love pushes us forward, right? And all these loves are actions. They're not feelings, they're actions, right? And then we have the most powerful love, the most prominent love, the love that we all need to understand how to share, which is agape, right? The love for everyone, also known as the love of God, right? And that unconditional love is what gets us through anything and everything. And in my next, right, my next topic, when we get deeper into how love is an act of understanding, I'm going to be referring to agape love. Cool. So I hope that I was able to give you a deeper understanding of what love is and not so much being a surface level or a superficial sort of thing. Or love is when I feel like I want to be with, or I feel like I want to do this. But no, it's an action. It's something that you will do, something that you will sacrifice for. That's what the love is. Okay. So getting back to the topic at hand, right? Love is an act of understanding. Now, I don't know about you guys, but in my life, I realized that once I got a firm grasp on how love is an act of understanding, things became so much easier. Peace came into my life so much clearer, so much faster, right? Before then, life was chaotic. Life was dark. Life was dusty. Life was cringy. Life was mid. Life was whatever you want to call it that wasn't good. That's what life was. Um, but as soon as I took a step back and I learned about those other forms of love that I talked about, right? The most important one for me getting to this stage in my life was philatia, the love of oneself, understanding who I am, right? Forgiving all the hurt and the pain that I allowed to be accepted into my life, the words that were told to me that weren't positive, that weren't nourishing, that weren't life giving, right? And I believed those things and I embodied those things, but learning that that's not who I am and loving who I actually am, right? Getting an understanding, hey, of who I am, stepping into that action, I was able to move my life into a different place, to move my life into where now I'm telling you and teaching you about how it is. Um, so, with that understanding, there comes empathy, right? Empathy is different than sympathy because empathy is, again, that understanding of how one is feeling based off what they went through, right? And putting yourself in those shoes, right? Sympathy is just feeling bad or feeling concerned or having awareness of what someone is feeling, but not really allowing it to sit in yourself and embody it, right? What would you do if you went through what this person went through? What would you do if you saw what this person saw? What would you do if you knew what this person knew? Would you treat them differently? Yeah. So just think about that, right? Just think about that. We need to be empathetic. We need to take a step into understanding so that we can commit to those people that we love or those things that we love, despite the challenges, despite the anger, despite the disparity, despite the sadness, despite the sin that we have to face each and every day. That's what keeps us through it. That's what holds us down, right? That's what gives us an understanding of the action. And take a breath. Oh, okay. Where? From where? I'm like, from what part? This is not scripted. Okay. So that's what we need to step into, right? We need to step into that empathy. We need to step into that commitment. We need to step into that deeper level of understanding so that we can act in love unconditionally, right? That agape love that I mentioned earlier. So some of us have this superficial understanding of love, right? When they teach us in school, they give us these hearts, people feel a certain type of way, they move around, everything turns pink. But love is not always pink. Love can be gray, it could be blue, it could be brown, it could be shit color. It doesn't matter. It could be any color like that, and it's still love, right? For those of us that know about Jesus, love was dying on the cross, bleeding and suffering the whole way there. That was his form of love. So love is not about it's not about emotions, right? It's not about emotions, it's about actions, right? People say, don't tell me how you feel, show me how you feel. Yeah, you said this and that, and you whispered this in my ear, but I ain't seen you do nothing yet, right? So it's not about how you make me feel. It's not about how you feel in the moment. It's about what will you do? What will you do for the love? What will you give for the love? What will you sacrifice for the love, right? That's how you know it's beyond the surface, it's beyond the struggle. It's so much more. And an anime that I have watched that shows that love as an act of understanding is Demon Slayer, right? Tanjiro and Nezuko. How could you walk the same shoes he did where his sister, his last living relative, turned into a demon? Not only that, she tried to kill him. She tried to kill him, and instead of him trying to kill her, he tried to subdue her so that she wouldn't kill him because he understood that she didn't understand what she was doing, but he knew in his heart, right? He knew in his heart through empathy that the love was there. He loved his sister. He loves his sister so much, and he displays that in every scene, in every moment, every encounter he has. Right? Dude faced an actual Hashira, which is, if you don't know what a Hashira is, you watch the show. It's the highest level demon slayer. But he faced a Hashira with just an axe and was able to save his sister based off his skills and his determination, his commitment, right? Uh, to loving his sister. All right. So in this world of Demon Slayer, where Tanjiro and Nezuko are facing this challenge of my sister's a demon. She wants to eat people, but I have to slay the demon that turned her into a demon so she can be freed. Right? I feel like that's us. That's our life, right? Those of us, we're Tanjiro. We know the light, we know the way, we strive for it, right? Those black sheep that they talk about, the chosen one that they speak of, we're that Tanjiro, we're that main character. And the people that follow behind us, right? Our loved ones, they're the Nezuko, right? We know that they can find the light too. We know that the light is inside of them, but it's been shrouded by this darkness, and we have to love them through it. So we do. We fight through it. We don't let them fall into darkness. We don't let them fall into death, right? We use our love to push them into the light, to push them into that love that we feel so that they can understand that, yo, I've always been here for you. I've always been here for you. You're not alone. Um, the struggles are hard, but love is deeper. Love is rooted. It's in there. It's stuck in there, and we can't let that go, right? Because that's why our world is being pushed into this darkness, into this death, right? Those of us that seen Demon Slayer, the guy Muzan literally just walked around turning people into demons because he's trying to create a kingdom and where he can live forever. He can walk in the sun. He can be ruling over everything, right? So it's up to us who know that that's not the way. That's not what we were destined to do. That's not what we were purposed to do. That's not what we understand needs to be done, right? So through our love, we create an action beyond the surface level understanding, right? Because this act of understanding is an indirect action. It's not a direct action, right? Even though I talked about that earlier, how love is like, what will you do for it? But it just doesn't mean you're always doing something physically. Every action doesn't need to be a physical thing, right? This right here, this is not me doing a physical thing because I'm speaking to you and I'm connecting to you indirectly through this camera, right? You're listening to and feeding into what I know and what I'm tapped into indirectly through this audio. And that is changing your subconscious mind. As you remember me talking about it before, I talked about like how I used to listen to what people told me, what people showed me, what people thought of me, and I took that into myself and it created this dark world for me, right? And in essence, I turned into this demon and I was just out here doing darkness without any care for the world. But there was a Tanjiro that came to me and said, no, I won't let you fall into that. I won't let you give into that sin. I'm going to fight for you because I love you. And because me fighting for you shows that there's a fight worth my life being here and existing, right? So let that become my purpose to change your purpose. Um, and that indirect action, these indirect actions that we do through social media are an example of like how they change our world. As I said before, me making this video right now and talking to you right now is changing your world right now. It's shifting your reality right now because I've said something that you probably thought but didn't know was real until you heard someone else say it, right? In that world, Demon Slayer, many of the other demon slayers and Hashiras that became these demon slayers did it from an act of love, right? From an act of understanding that that will never happen to somebody that I love again, right? And some of them turned ruthless and cold, right? Rigid. They became demons for the right way. And Tanjiro is here showing them how to do it the right way, the righteous way, the light way, the love way, a new understanding, right? His action is to free the demons, not to slay them. I want to free a demon. How can I free one, right? Just like Jesus, he wasn't going around slaying people and casting them to hell. Nah, he walked around. He's like, how can I free him? Let me show you how to free him. And that was what the problem is, right? So we have to think deeper about the indirect things that we do to change and manipulate our subconscious mind so that we create the reality that we desire, so that we can fight against the death that's pursuing us, that's pursuing those that we love, so we can speak life and bring life into it all, right? So I'm gonna end this conversation, this motivation, because I don't want to tell y'all too much more about Demon Slayer. For those of us that haven't seen it, go watch it. Go watch it before the new season comes out. Um, but I'm gonna end it with this, right? Earlier I said that love is not emotions, but that doesn't mean emotions are not important, right? They have a purpose too. And these emotions shape our will, right? They shape our will. Our will is what drives us to do things. If you're not willing to do it, it won't happen. No matter what you feel, right? If the emotions that you feel don't shape your will to go forward, you won't move, right? Tanjiro had not only a love and understanding of what he needed to do based off being an older brother, right? That family love, that storge love. I'm an older brother. I got to protect my sister no matter what. I have a younger sister, and I understand. I will do anything for her to protect her. So he had that love that shaped his understanding of the purpose that he had to take. I have to become a demon slayer to free my sister from being a demon. I got to kill the top demon, the demon lord, the king of demons. I got to slay him, and I'm going to do everything I need to do to slay him. So now he has a purpose. Now his will has been shaped because there are more emotions tied to that love that he has. Now he has the emotion of determination, right? He has the emotion of perseverance. He has the emotion of bravery. He has the emotion of joy and happiness, right? He also has sadness because this is his last sibling. And if he loses her, what is he going to do, right? So those emotions start to shape his will to move forward based off his understanding of the love that he has. So that action moved him forward, right? That emotions, those emotions shaped his will to move more with that love that he has, which became an expression of his will, right? And the expressions of our will are what shape our reality, right? Which leads to an understanding of our purpose. To end it all with the understanding of our purpose, it, sorry, uh, which leads to an understanding, which leads to an understanding of our purpose, which is to serve, right? So how can you serve those around you? Through giving love as an act of understanding. All right. So I thank y'all for listening to me. I hope that I was able to help you. Hope that I was able to inspire you, to motivate you, and to teach you something new. All right. And if you didn't learn anything, I'm sorry. Come back next time for part 2. All right. But that's it. As always, I'm your king. I am Legacy, and I hope to see you next time.